Mentioned the Turbinator. Griggs presents Miss Ace Hardware. That boat is becoming a fan favorite here with our race fans in Guntersville, of course, powered by the World War II aircraft engine. Allison with the turbochargers, 550 until the start, 550 away until Guntersville Waterboard H1 Unlimited Heat 2B. Thank you for being with us along the shoreline, our early arrivals. Also, too, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching around the world via H1 Unlimited through YouTube. Jeff Ayler with Brad Luce. We got boats coming away from the dock. Mr. Luce, we're 5 minutes and 15 seconds away. Let's get this activity going, and as you mentioned, I do see some whitecap activity, but from my view, vantage point, the water is raceable, but it's going to be a little tricky.
Green flag on the race course coming up on 2 seconds, 1 mark. 5 minutes to the start of our Heat 2B presented by the Guntersville Waterboard. First boat away from the pit area is the U11, the Legend Yacht Transport. Chartreuse and royal blue trimmed with red. This one's really pretty. I like this one, Jeff Ayler, and the colorblind guy doesn't have any problem seeing this one. Jamie Nielsen behind the wheel of this one, as you mentioned earlier, has yet to win an unlimited race. His owner, Scott and Shannon Rainey, have not either as owners. Scott Rainey has won many a boat race as a crew chief. He knows his way around an unlimited hydroplane. This is a different boat than they ran a year ago, but the boat's really responded. It's running very, very well. They could be a real player in this heat. They're going to be joined by the powder blue and white, the U1, the Miss Home Street. It is at the top end of the race course, and I hear something, Jeff. I hear a rumble up the backstretch. It's bright red. It is turbo, Allison powered. It is the Griggs Ace Hardware Jimmy King. Dylan Runny, the rookie, comes off the top end in the Miss Home Street. Jimmy King behind him in the piston powered boat. We could have all kinds of conversations on this one.
I think it's going to be really interesting. Obviously, Nielsen and King will be battling for lane number one. Runny will be to the outside and back. How far will he be back? How good a start will King or Nielsen make in lanes 1 or 2? Their objective, get to the line, don't jump the gun. You're either going to get 400 or 300. If they get 225, they'll take it. But right now, Nielsen and King in a good spot to get either 400 or 300 points here in Guntersville Waterboard Unlimited 2B. But could Runny come from the back and spoil on the outside? He does have the equipment to do it.
He definitely has the equipment to do it. One of the big questions is going to be, does he have enough time? He's only got 3 laps to do it. That's a pretty short period of time. It's a sprint. Come final heat time, there'll be 5 laps, but we're 3 in the prelims and across the start-finish line at 2:45. Dylan Runny driving our defending national high points champion, the won the Miss Home Street, owned by Miss Madison Incorporated and Madison, Indiana. 2:35 till the start, Jeff.
And Brad, different sequences here for all 3 drivers. King off turn number 2, Nielsen past the halfway mark up the back chute, Runny in turn number 1, so lots of separation here in the warm-up period. We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds until the start, and Brad, in about 1 minute, we expect these 3 to bunch up. Who will get lane 1? Who will get lane 2? We know Runny will be back on the outside. The factor in this one and the equation is King or Nielsen, who will be in lane 1.
Boy, under different circumstances, if Runny was not a rookie, we might see him cut the race course right here, but he's not going to, I don't think. He may just from it. No, he's going to go all the way up. But Nielsen, I think you've got to like where Jamie Nielsen is sitting right now at 145. He is coming down the front straightaway. Again, the other piece to that start procedure that gets picked up in tech inspection is the 80-mile-per-hour rule. They have to maintain a minimum speed of 80 miles per hour. So at 130, I like a lot where Jamie Nielsen sits right now. I think he can park that thing in lane 1. Here comes King. He's going to come rolling down, and he's probably going to slot himself into lane number 2. And as you said, the rookie, Runny, got to be on the outside. 115, Jeff.
Nielsen in turn number 1. King is powering up into the entrance pin of turn number 1. We mentioned Runny will be back into the outside. We are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 1 minute period has begun for Guntersville Waterboard. H1 Unlimited 2B. Nielsen up there in front on the back chute in the warm-up period, followed by King and Dylan Runny. Brad loose, 45 seconds until the start. I think it'll be Nielsen in 1, King in 2, Runny and back on the outside. Bring him to the green flag.
That's what it's going to be, and it looks like Jamie Nielsen is way out front. He is. Is he early? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think so. I think he's in pretty good shape, but watch the red boat and watch the blue boat behind. I think they're both going to bring a lot of speed, but remember, the blue one's got to start behind. And here comes King. You can hear the piston power start to roll.
The driver I mentioned this morning, unnamed, it was King. He was there at 22. He might be right on it.
This could be good. Jeff said he's got some inside scoop on Jimmy King and the piston boat. He's going to bring a lot of speed on the outside. We're inside 10, we're inside 5, we're 3, 2, 1, mark. And it certainly appears to be a clean start. It is legal. And the boats were actually late behind the line, but there was a lot of speed in the piston boat and Jimmy King, but he's a couple of ticks behind Jamie Nielsen. Nielsen's got to get down to the lower corner first. Look on the outside. There's a lot of red out there and a lot of rumbling going on with the piston boat. This is going to be good, Jeff, but off the corner, it is Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport, by about 4 boat lengths.
Nielsen, your leader, has the advantage with lane number 1, but I think the horsepower advantage belongs to the Turbinator. Nielsen's lead is down to 5 boat lengths. They enter turn number 2, and King has got it down to 2 boat lengths. Nielsen, your leader. King has cut it down to 3 boat lengths at the apex of turn 2.
Top end of the race course. We'll wait to see Jimmy King. Where is he? There he is. He pokes his nose out. He's staying right on the hip of Nielsen, and he kept the RPM up. Gonna come down and put 1 in the book. Side by side racing here. 1 in the books, and it's Nielsen by half a boat length. Literally half a boat length at the completion of lap number 1. Runny comes across in 3rd. Was King able to gobble him up? He was, but now he's going to give it back because of the lane position. Looks like 1 boat down there. There are 2. Jamie Nielsen approaches the exit pit, and there's King on the outside. I think you said it right, Jeff. King's got that horsepower, and he's got it wound up.
Super sweet action at Guntersville Waterboard Unlimited 2B. King showing the horsepower of the turbocharged Allison, but he is on the outside of Nielsen. Nielsen maintains that advantage. Closer to the buoys, the Turbinator in front. Make it 3 boat lengths. Nielsen countering back as they work through turn number 2. Nielsen tighten it up. King's lead down to a boat length.
Coming off the top end of the race course, they're going to come down and pick up the white flag. It means 1 more to go. Jimmy King driving the Griggs Ace Hardware and driving the daylights out of the piston boat. The fans are eating it up, Jeff. Down to the lower end of the race course. King's got about 4 boat lengths. And Dylan Runny comes across in 3rd. Now it's a checkered flag lap. Who we got down there? King by about 2 boat lengths, maybe 3. Opening it up just a little bit. He's got that horsepower wound up. He's got to have the acceleration off the corner, and so far he's been able to show Jamie Nielsen the tail end of that red boat. He's got it wound up, Jeff.
And now King extends the lead, make it 7 boat lengths. Final lap in Guntersville Waterboard Unlimited 2B. The Turbinator looking for 400 big points in this heat. And now Nielsen dropping back. King's lead getting bigger. Final turn, final lap. Can the Turbinator hang on?
Drives him definitely clean off the top end, giving Nielsen plenty of room. Jimmy King, Griggs Ace Hardware, Charlie Grigg, you're going to pick up 400 big points there. Piston Power claims Heat 2B, presented by the Guntersville Waterboard. The fans like that one. Here comes the home street, and Dylan Runny, he will come home in 3rd. Jeff Ayler, we wondered who would get lane 1. Jamie Nielsen did an outstanding job of picking up that inside lane, but at the end of the day, he just couldn't hold off that Turbinator. Once he got that thing wound up and the RPMs up high, he could stay wide. It's this big, wide race course. He could keep it up. He didn't have to worry about acceleration because he was bringing a lot of speed to the exit buoy.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was fun, and it was set up. Dylan Runny, the rookie, obviously starting in the back, but we mentioned before the heat